Four House Democrats are in El Salvador this morning trying to secure the release of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. This comes just days after Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen's visit. We heard from the senator just a few moments ago. The lawmakers say they plan to meet with Salvadorian officials at the U.S. Embassy to advocate for Abrego Garcia's return and get information on the other migrants who were deported to a notorious Salvadorian prison. Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia of California is leading the delegation and joins us now live from El Salvador. Congressman, good morning. Thank you for being with us this morning. You're there with three fellow Democrats. Talk to us, just start why this mission here is so important, and not just about Mr. Abrego Garcia, but all the others who were deported, many would say, without due process.
Good morning. Yes. Look, what's really important here that people need to understand is we have the President of the United States defying a 9-0 unanimous Supreme Court decision to bring Kilmar back home to the United States. This, in my opinion, is on its way to a constitutional crisis in this country. You cannot defy not just Supreme Court, but also lower courts. The Trump administration has also said that they sent Mr. Abrego Garcia here on accident. It is time to bring Kilmar home, and we're continuing the work of Senator Van Hollen. Look, we will not be the last members of the delegation to be here. There's other senators and members of Congress that will be here in El Salvador. But it's really important that we advocate for his release. He has been wrongly sent here, as have, by the way, hundreds of other individuals who are in our country in different status, asylum seekers, people that were on some type of permit, some type of student visas we know are being deported across the country as well to other places. And so this is a moment for us to stand for our values and for due process in this country. We also know it's not just about Kilmar. There's a young man named Avery down here, 19 years old, a young gay man, a hairdresser, seeking asylum, got sent here. We have no proof of life yet of how he's doing. So we have a lot of work to do. We're on our way actually to the embassy to get a classified briefing in just about an hour.
You're certainly right to highlight it's more than just this one case that's gotten so much attention. You mentioned how the Trump administration seems to be in defiance, or at least delay bordering on defiance, of a Supreme Court ruling. But they've also made the claim that they simply, we don't have any jurisdiction anymore. He's in El Salvadorian custody. Tell us what you make of that argument and what you'll say to the El Salvadorian officials you'll see later today.
Well, we know that there is no question that if Donald Trump, the president, wants to have Kilmar back home, he would be back home. He, of course, has a very strong relationship with the president of El Salvador, and they are working together on this. The president of the United States sent Kilmar here by accident. The courts have said he needs to return, and the president needs to act. We're here to continue that pressure on the Trump administration and also to build support here in El Salvador for Kilmar's release and to bring attention to the facility that's here, the jail that's here, we know hundreds of people, Venezuelan migrants, people that are seeking asylum, folks that were here like Kilmar who are wrongly sent here. The attention here on this issue is important, especially because you have a president that is defying the Supreme Court. And I can't tell you how important it is our country that every single person, regardless of where they're at in their status, whether they have a work visa, whether they have a student visa, whether they're exercising their free First Amendment rights, they have a due process right in our country. We've got to maintain that.
Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia of California, important words. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Safe travels to you.